Hello there.
The Marvel Rivals stuff just does not stop. There seems to be an endless flow of leaks for this game, which is good or bad, I guess, depending on how you look at it. I guess if you're a casual gamer, maybe this is too much and they're kind of flooding the game with tons of characters and abilities. But for people who actually play the game consistently, I think it's a pretty good thing. It keeps things fresh, and there's an expansive list of Marvel characters for them to include in this game that just make too much sense for them to, dumb it down to 30 or 40 or 50 characters. Hell, they can have 200 characters in this game at one point and still have it play well as long as they balance everything the right way. But in this video, we are talking strictly about 5 new characters that we have for sure coming to Marvel Rivals that were just found in the files in the last 24 hours. We're discussing it all in this video. If you guys enjoy my content, consider subscribing and checking out my channel. I have more stuff just like this, and let's do it.
The Atomic Fair.
Okay, so as we get into the video, first things first. Now, when the UI concept art came out for this game, we actually had our first look at what could potentially be the Red Hulk. And I think what's interesting about this design is it kind of seems like they took Red Hulk's design and just gave it to the Hulk, because you can see here in this image that the Hulk looks very different than he does in the game. I would have much preferred this look to what we got in the game. What we got in the game, almost the primary Hulk look, or the primary skin anyways, the base skin, actually looks too much like Amadeus Cho for me. I'm not a big fan of Hulk with some kind of fade in his hair or some kind of hairstyle. I think Hulk should just be a savage monster, and him having the longer hair that kind of goes down over his eyes a little bit touches on that quite a bit, and it's similar to what we saw with Edward Norton's Hulk. But in this video, why you clicked on it is to discuss the new characters that we have that were just leaked for Marvel Rivals. So I am going to start first with White Fox. Now, before I get into this, understand that these files were just found. There's not a lot of information, so these characters are months and months away from release at the minimum, because they were just found in the files. It's not like they're prepped and ready for release with a full list of abilities and everything like many other characters have in the past. These characters have just been discovered, and even though I don't really think it's the case, the developers did come out and say that some of the characters that are found in the files have just been planted there to get fans riled up and to kind of confuse fans on which characters are actually coming to the game. I don't think that's true. I think that's just a cover up for the fact that they can't really stop people from covering the characters that are going to be put in the game, because before they get released, they have to be put in the files first. Anyways, White Fox is the first character that we have revealed here, and we have some abilities. One of them is Life Drain, another is Life Transfer, another is Rapid Hypnosis, and another is Fox Shadow Evasion. Now, I have to be honest, guys, I have been a Marvel fan my whole life. I've collected the figures, I've read the comics, I've watched the movies, every movie, and I have no idea who this character is, so they are really digging deep. I think just to find more content for the game, they're going to have various characters come out that are such deep-seated, D-list like characters that it's going to throw a lot of people off. But if they were to release all of the heavy hitters at once, I think they might run out of characters to release sooner. But anyways, White Fox is a Marvel Comics superhero and South Korean super agent. It says she is a mystical Korean dakebi, I'm probably saying that wrong, that hunts by seducing men in order to tear out their hearts and eat them. So this sounds like an absolutely crazy character, but we're just going to move on to the next one and keep the video rolling. Another character that we found, or that was found in the files, is called Amaranth, which is funny enough. She has the abilities of Chaos Spike, Spell Counter, Chaos Rain, and Frenzied Deterrence. Now, apparently this is actually Scarlet Witch's new sidekick in Marvel Comics, and she's a former apprentice of Scarlet Witch, who was actually just introduced in 2024. So they're reaching for characters that were introduced in like the last year, which isn't really super exciting to me. But moving on, we have another character named Hive. Now, Hive has the abilities of Deadly Parasite, Painful Lashing, and Accelerated Transformation. Now, I actually am a little familiar with Hive. He was introduced in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and he's essentially a bunch of parasites that were made by Hydra in order to take over people, and it seems like Hive is going to be a tank. Now, I didn't touch on this. I meant to say this. Amaranth is actually going to be a melee slash damage character, and White Fox is going to be a support. But now moving on, we also have Armor, who is a mutant, who is an X-Men, and she's going going to have psionic armor with 3 different forms, so that's probably going to be her ult in some way, shape, or form, and then a mountain breaking strike, and she is going to be a tank / melee character. And then our final character, who is the most exciting to me and is actually a pretty popular X-Men, is Forge. Now Forge essentially has like the mutant abilities of essentially, I don't know how to put it, he's like a genius inventor. He can create any kind of weapon or any kind of piece of technology. That's kind of why his name is Forge. At sort of a rapid pace, he is the X-Men's handyman and a very useful part of the team. Now the abilities that Forge is going to have, he's going to be a support character, but his abilities are going to be structural analysis, creative modification, spirit realm walking, and limitation breaking modification. Now, one of Forge's famous abilities is an ability to visually perceive mechanical energy in action. So that's probably what they mean when they say spirit realm walking, and he's probably going to have some kind of ability where he can tap into other heroes' technology or kind of predict other heroes' abilities or something like that. So comment down below, guys. Let me know what you think about the latest character leaks for who could potentially be coming to Marvel Rivals in the future. They have already put a lot of big iconic characters in the Marvel Rivals game, so it makes a lot of sense for them to delve in and have dozens of these, you know, more unknown C-list, D-list, or newly, freshly introduced Marvel characters in the game in order to lengthen out the lifespan of this game, keep things exciting, and keep fans coming back to play as new characters, whether they're known or unknown. And then they're also able to seed out the iconic characters throughout various seasons versus just bunching them up into, you know, 5 or 10 seasons. They can spread it out over 20 or 30 seasons. So comment down below, guys. Let me know what you think about these latest leaks for Marvel Rivals. Are you interested in these characters? Are you excited? Are you not so excited because they're kind of lesser known characters? Let me know what you think about Forge, because he is a famous X-Men that a lot of people know. So comment down below what you think on that stuff. And for this video, that's all I got. So until the next one, be safe and stay well. Bye-bye.